Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video by yours truly. Look, I know I just put out a Etheria tier list video earlier today. We got another one coming, but that's because we got some massive news with some really positive changes coming into Etheria Restart. But don't take it from my mouth. Let's go ahead and take a look at this news right here. They just dropped it in the Discord at 10:16 p.m. Before the official launch, we aim to offer more benefits to free-to-play players. To this end, we will implement the following adjustments in upcoming versions. Long story short, boys, TLDR, devs listened. Reduce the pity threshold for targeted summon pools from 100 down to 80, including Constant and Disorder, the light and dark banners, making it easier for players to acquire Featured Animus. That is such a massive, guys, that's huge. That's a 20% discount permanently for pity going forward in this game. And y'all need to understand and acknowledge that that is a W, because it only costs 100 of the currency to make a wish. Not 160, it costs 100. Now, the argument, which I made myself, is it costs 300 on the light and dark banners. However, with the light and dark characters being inside of the standard banner and them reducing the standard banner pity down to 80, that's what's crazy. Because what you may or may not know is I got 550 fucking wishes in 1 week playing this beta. Other people might have gotten 600. You can comment down below and verify that for me, guys who played this as well. And that's going to amount, and we'll just do the math, 550 divided by 80, brother, that is 7 SSRs with the worst luck possible. I want you to keep that in mind, because that means you're going max pity every time. 7 SSRs equals 7 chances to get a light and dark character without pulling on the more expensive banner, which is now 20 pulls cheaper too, by the way. Then they got the weekly shop currency. Every single week it refreshes, where you're able to buy 5 of that light and dark currency at a discounted price from 300 down to 240. But fuck that, bro. 7 chances in 1 week? That's honestly, bro, that is nuclear. That's insane. On top of that, you got the 7-day or 14-day, actually. The first 7 days you can unlock a free SSR. The next 7 days you can get an SSR again. So in totality, worst luck possible. Worst luck possible with only my situation, because I didn't get all the way to the end game. 550 is going to net you 9 SSRs in probably every 4-star that exists in the game, unless you just have the worst luck possible. And here's the thing. I often never hit pity. Like, I usually get always like 50 to 60 to 70. On average, the average gacha player is probably going to fall somewhere between getting a 5-star within like 50 to 60 pulls every other time, right? And so you're honestly on an average. Everybody's luck is different. Everybody's pity is different. Right? I get that. But you're more than likely probably going to be getting like 11 fucking chances at getting an SSR character, a light and dark character. And if you just don't at that time, you just have the worst goddamn luck of all time. But I don't know what to tell you. Like, bro, at that point, you might just need to pack it up, bro. These gacha games just ain't for you. Anyways, that's nuclear news. I think everybody will be satisfied with that. Did we get the 300 down to a cheaper cost? No, but considering the weekly refresh at the discounted rate, on top of getting, there's like events and like other little things. I think RTA offers some purchases as well. In fact, I think it 100% gives you 5 more. It's looking way more accessible than I realized, especially with that 20% discount on the pity system. I am personally satisfied with this 1 billion%. And like, I think this game's monetization system, listen, well, I'm gonna just say it. I think it's a banger, bro. I really do. 100 to make a wish instead of 160. No weapon banner. You got like so many pulls on launch. I mean, I'm going on a tangent just because every other variable in the game in terms of monetization was solid. The only one was really just like trying to get a light and dark unit, but they just made it a lot more accessible. So I think you guys get my point there. Let's move on to number 2. Adding anima exchange tokens to the RTA Etheria shop. Players can use RTA shop tokens to redeem anima, enabling free-to-play players to obtain more. So in case you guys didn't get the jargon, anima just equals character, okay? Or dupe, a dupe of a character. It could be the character or a dupe of a character, but a anima exchange token will now be added to the RTA shop. So when you play PvP, they are now incentivizing people to play PvP RTA, because you can now take the resources from that, allocate it towards anima exchange tokens, and then use those tokens to buy a character outright for free. Now, of course, I don't think they're going to give you enough to like straight up buy the character immediately, but you're going to have enough, and probably over the course of, I don't know, a month. I mean, they didn't specify, but you'll eventually be able to straight up buy one for free out of the shop. Which is, again, another W and another means to get SSR characters. You know, potentially light and dark. I wouldn't cross my fingers on that one. It's possible. Characters as well. Third one, during the growth boost event, players who reach level 30 will also receive anima exchange tokens as a reward. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I got a screenshot. Okay, so they're referring to this event right here, the growth boost event, right? You hit level 10, you get some goods. 15, you get some goods. 25, you get some goods. Level 30, you get a skin for my boy Gray. You get this for leveling up skills. What the hell is, brother, what the fuck is this? What? I don't know where that came from, bro. Holy gotcha smack plot twist. Anyways, this right here, that was actually kind of funny, man. This right here, level 30, they're gonna put in the anima exchange token in addition to these now. So now you'll have, again, more resources to buy a character out of the shop. Now, what characters are they gonna have? Who the hell knows? They might change that up on launch, but it's still another means of getting a character for free, which is massive. So that's what they meant by that. Additionally, we'd like to address 2 key areas of feedback received during this test. All right, I already know one of the areas, but here's the one that caught me off guard. Regarding the gender ratio of game characters. Oh my God, bro. Okay, in the world of Etheria, new characters will be introduced in the future, including both male and female roles. Oh my God, bro. I bet if you're a Wuthering Waves viewer, which I mean, I have a massive Wuthering Waves audience, you're probably cringing at this because you already know who's complaining. We aim to create as many recognizable and uniquely charming characters as possible. Here's the thing that's blowing my mind. I'm just gonna be completely fucking real here, boys. The thing that is blowing my goddamn mind is I dare say this gotta be the most diverse roster I've ever seen. They got quite literally all kinds of characters, male characters, you know, provocative women characters, characters that just look kind of cool as a girl, not really like lewd or anything. And then they've got the smaller characters, like I forget the name of them, the smaller fucking characters, who knows? But like this game, it even got mechs in here, bro. Like, dude, they got whole ass mechs. Who's complaining about the ratio? I don't understand this. Bro, you got Messiah, Gray, Chloros, this dude, it got an old dude up in here, bro. Heinrich, Marvel, and then on the other side, you've got Rosa, you've got Leon, you got Freya, sexy ass, you got I don't know how to say, Beyond 10, you got Doki Doki, Tsukiyomi, Veronica, bro. And then her fine ass Yada. There's so many characters, bro. Tiamat, like who the hell is complaining about diversity and genders, bro? God, you guys are pathetic sometimes, with all due respect. Anyways, they're apparently addressing whoever the hell is complaining about that. Now, here's the big one. Regarding whether anima is effective in Summit Arena RTA. It's not like they're changing anything. I'm not gonna say it's the big one. I don't want to lead you guys. This is the thing that apparently that's been sparking some controversial and contentious discussions within the community after the beta. People are salty about dupes being inside of PvP and affecting the PvP mode, because apparently, I'm gonna be honest, apparently it sounds like people like gaslit themselves into thinking the dev said that they won't exist. Like the devs straight up came out of the dev's mouth saying it will not affect the PvP mode. I never took what they said about dupes not being that big of a difference in that manner. I literally, when I heard them say that, the first thing that went to my brain was, oh, they're saying that dupes are not going to change the way the characters function. Oh, this character hits 3 times, but if you unlock this dupe, they now hit 6 times, right? The first person that comes to my mind is the fucking girl from HSR who gets like all of a sudden 30 times stronger with just one copy of her Eidolon. I forget her damn name. Aglaya. They're not changing the functionality of these characters with their dupes. They're just giving minor power spikes. But here's the thing. I'm a very fair person. Minor power spikes in a esports induced PvP mode that's supposed to be very competitive, that makes all the difference. What if I do my ult and you have 5 HP left or 10 HP left because of that extra little stat boost? You know what I mean? That's why people are griping in that regard, and I can understand that. And I'll be honest, it's also at the same time, although it's valid, you're playing a gacha game. Like, what do you expect? You think dupes are just not going to exist? It's the going in the liquor store and complaining about the liquor on the shelves situation. And so you guys let me know, is there a gacha game? I'm genuinely asking this. Is there a gacha game out there right now, Summoners War, Epic 7, or whoever the hell, that dupes don't matter in the PvP? Is there one? I'm genuinely asking that because I don't play them games. Let me know, because if so, damn, that's news to me. But if you ask me, I say they did it probably in the best way possible. They really are minuscule, like little dupes, and now they're adding in the RTA shop for free-to-play players to even be able to buy dupes for characters to make their characters a bit more stronger, have those copies accessible. So I don't know, it's not that big of a deal to me. I've never in my life thought, oh, I'm about to be #1 in PvP even against people who've spent thousands of dollars. No, if I can just top 100, top 50 in there, that's great. But even in, I'm just like, I don't really care, bro. I'm really playing the game for the strategy on the PvE side, and then I'm playing it to see how far I can get without spending crazy money and competing with these people who have. That's how I view it. But at the end of the day, I mean, everybody has their own different perspectives. Enough yap, let's look at it. We sincerely apologize for not promptly identifying and clarifying this misconception. Anima is effective across all current gameplay modes in Etheria Restart. Right? That means the characters, dupes, are effective. All gameplay modes, not a single one where they're not effective. Now, if you ask me, I do think, objectively speaking, if you're going to do an esports, which is pretty damn serious, and you want people to take it serious, you should probably consider disabling it in those modes. Probably. I mean, like Etheria, who gives a damn, right? Like the PvP, player versus defense of somebody, who gives a fuck, right? RTA on outside of the competitive level, who cares? But like when it starts getting serious, yeah, probably want to consider disabling them. We've also designed multiple ways to acquire Anima exchange tokens. Moving forward, we will continue to monitor and optimize the gaming experience related to Anima. Beyond these adjustments, we will broadcast the second episode of Hyper Talk at the end of May. Our community manager will address additional community feedback while sharing official launch information. So even more things are going to be addressed, apparently, in this next live stream. More devs listen moments. Now, official launch information, including new characters. So we're getting new characters that weren't in the beta, new events, and United Front. In case you guys didn't know, this is United Front right here. I actually got my little screenshot. This is United Front. Remember this? If you guys were in my guild, to the 30 people that joined my guild, and everybody else, there was a mode that was locked. It said stay tuned. They're going to be addressing that mode now, which is going to expand upon the union engagement, the union, a weekly grind, so to speak, which I'll be honest, I actually quite enjoyed doing this. It wasn't too like overbearing. It wasn't too much like bullshit. You just log in, check in, look at your weekly quests, help your like union people out with the little copy dupes so they can get themselves a dupe of their character, and then just try to do what you can against these bosses with what you got. They also had a little system where you could use other union members' characters. What you want, by the way, you want some wells in your union who do got them dupes to help you, because you can use other people's characters to like contribute to your part of the union contribution of doing damage, which I thought was pretty cool. But United Front, that's coming as well. And then we hope you'll continue to follow and support Etheria Restart, and we look forward to reuniting with every hyperlink in the world of Etheria on June 5th. I'm locked the fuck in on this game. They're sponsoring me for the next couple of months, but I shit you not, they could axe my sponsor right now. They can axe that shit, say, Smack, sorry, bro, it just ain't in the budget. I would still play the living fuck out of this game. I think this game is what HSR should have been in terms of a strategy. I think a lot of you guys who come from Summoners War and Epic 7, you've already known this, right? But I didn't play those two games, right? I didn't know how in-depth their strategical systems were, and how much they expanded upon builds as well as character variety in terms of strategizing in PvP, but also PvE. This is way better, way more up my speed for a turn-based game. It has much more purpose in terms of progression and value of characters. So I think this game is fantastic. I'm locked the fuck in. I'm gonna be pumping out all kinds of content on it, in addition to all my other stuff that I do, of course. But yeah, that is the news. Peace, love, and happiness. Hope I got you guys some good information there. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.